Doink.
Boink.
Okay. Well, where's Vorky? She's muted.
Wookie went out to piss.
Oh, okay.
The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free.
Is your stream streaming?
It is streaming, yeah.
Okay, it's just
That's
taking
fine.
a minute to load for me.
It's probably going to be a bit chunky for a bit, but it's okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you.
Yay,
Her
old
voice
lady.
sounds 100 years old.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Votre accident on Sandrine. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
The tape on the film, it just says log February to March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Is it my birthday?
No.
This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect.
Okay, same as last
I'm
time.
afraid we are not doing that. Unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
I don't know the password.
Received.
What?
I will register this login attempt.
Sorry. It said voice mod had disconnected my mic, so I had to give it a little tap to make sure I was fine.
Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
I'm finished.
Sleep well, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing
Print?
nothing happens.
Okay. Let's go in the hole. Wait, ball. Okay.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
I kneel.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close my eyes first.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
It's morning.
As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew this place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Anything else?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Lesetsa, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? A pang of guilt? The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted the raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I guess I could have been here.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
A very, very skilled thespian would detect a touch of drama when he says he doesn't know why it was conducted.
You're leaving something out.
I assure you I'm not.
Stonewalling. Good technique.
Maybe drama is seeing things where there's not anything.
Hmm.
If I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Okay. I need visual calculus from clothes, which would be these, and which of these? I believe I have visual calculus. Yes, there we go.
The mother of humanism stands above you. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
What shattered this mosaic?
Unknown.
Who's this older woman?
The scutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
What does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
It used to say after life, death. After
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in DeLorean sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
What's the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
I like the other one better.
Yep.
So do I.
Yep.
Jump. Chop moment.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in
I need to have encyclopedia. Nerd sounds.
the mother of
Yeah.
humanism stands above you. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This
Hippocampus?
is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
This is this world's Judas.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it
Did you?
haunts all men. 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this,
Where
dwarf,
is this coming from?
the past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. No, you must know.
Okay, what else? Was she smart? How come she's dead?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Riel Belt.
I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mes and the Occident, and even far away Supramuindi. Altogether, 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
A crowning?
In a city called Advesperasket, in Vesper Messina, her homeland. The name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already her theriers The Secret Servicemen of the Innocents were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by Secret Servicemen.
Then what?
One of the men in this Secret Service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said that he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
No, was there something bad about her? I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day. Constantly surrounded by her Theriers, she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerated into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacific, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
What of these do I want to say? Do I want to yell war criminal? War criminal!
I don't know about that. It was a different time, a different war. Either way, this church, the coast in general, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in. We should conclude our business and move on.
Okay.
The mother of humanism.
I guess this is just a broken window. Nothing to be inside.
I can only imagine how much the narrator was paid for like all of the voice acting.
Oh my god, yeah.
OP was paid a lot. It's a lot of voice acting.
A lot.
A lot. Such a rich voice, too.
Mm-hmm.
Logic.
So true.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yippee. Yippee. Okay, let's fix my fit. Drama and electrochemistry and jamrock biker shades. Just kidding. I need to find my cool coat. Yeah. This is the fit. I just now also need to find that other person. But the boardwalk is here, so let's go have a look. I could also use the payphone again.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable.
Think.
Calling. 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 Still calling. Still calling.
Stop calling me, man.
Oh,
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
yes, but a slight change of plans. I want this delivered to the Whirling in Rags in Martinez.
Tethys. Hey! You're not Tethys. Screw you, and don't ever call here again. You're fucking with some serious people.
Disconnect tone.
Damn.
Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
What are you tired of?
Writing. I hate writing so much. But I have to get back to it.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying.
Oh shit.
You
Oh,
close
shit.
your eyes and feel your finger move on the rotary dial. You start with 005, as before, followed by 7 digits at random. The last one makes the silence turn into a ring. It's calling. Still calling. Still. Time keeps passing. In the distance, seagulls squawk. No one is home at this number. But the coin, it's still in there. You find yourself thinking, what were you trying to achieve by closing your eyes? Did you want your muscle memory to take over and call somewhere? Where? Home? He doesn't have a home. His home is under a boat.
Guess interfacing needs a level up. Anyway, let's see if we can find where this shot came from. Somewhere here. Oh, body's gone.
Oh.
There's some tear.
None to see. Unless I stand over here. Damn. Where on the boardwalk could this have been? I do have to look at this sign again, so I'm assuming that it may give some pointer. There's a orb down there. Can't be fucked.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing. in the remains of the edifice. Failed electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
I feel like I know this place.
Indeed. Somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
What is this building?
Some sort of industrial ruin? I don't recognize the name of the company. R&D used to mean research and development. It looks long abandoned.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she
Whoa.
could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
But I don't think I have anything that helps with shivers, so...
Suddenly, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down or gone behind a corner. You only hear distant waves washing the coast. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now you're just standing there, in the dusk hour, with your hands fallen to your side. A prayer of sorts. To Revachol.
She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. I think there's people west of here. We could ask them.
Indeed. You hear what sounds like two men arguing where the lieutenant is pointing.
And then there's the church. If I were a murder suspect, I would not hide in the most prominent building here. But who knows? Maybe she's reckless.
Or spiritual. She could be looking for refuge.
Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
And if that fails, we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, little interfacing bump. Doink. I want to go use that phone again. And get this pole. Yeah, that's fine. I want to use the phone.
There's still some unused change in there. The machine waits for a number to be dialed.
Please.
You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial, then pull down on the number, then move one up, and repeat the motion twice. Strange. This is not how you started before.
Keep dialing.
414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air.
Keep dialing.
1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling.
There's more?
Yes. 451-67451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks. 451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, not like the local calling tone before. No, a small ring in a cage of distortion, far away. A distant network of phones. Calling. Calling in the night. The saddest sound in the world. Calling still. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy.
Oh.
Calling, 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 calling still. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small. The dearest thing you've ever heard.
Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
Who is this?
Dora. Who is this? The connection is bad.
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you, to make it possible to live. In the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her. Bed springs rattle. Don't react. Whatever you do, don't react to that last thing. It doesn't matter if you react or not. You still think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain and white noise.
I'm a revolutionary servant of humanity. I will free mankind and abolish the classes. I will raise the dead.
You're not a revolutionary, Harry. You're drunk.
How do you know my name?
Because it's me. Look, I don't understand what you're saying or why you're calling me. You seem drunk.
Okay, I'm drunk. What does it matter? I'm still me.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Do you know what time it is? It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
I want to talk about me. Who am I? You sound like you know me.
What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
My heart hurts. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Oh no. Please stop. Please, let's just hang up.
I am the law. I am a detective. I'm doing a case. There's a hangman.
She does not answer anymore.
Can you help me solve it? I need to solve it. They won't take me back if I don't.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money. Run. To the church. Home. Anywhere but here. Anything but calling her again.
Yeah, okay. Oh my god.
Christ.
Alright. There's a lot more convo, but alright.
I know there's a lot more convo. I need to run. Anywhere. I will run in this circle. That'll be good enough for me. I'm doing this myself. I need to look at the ball. Oh. That's wonderful. I love sewer. Alright, day to run. I'm good.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. There's a life is garbage. You dial the number again. 26 pulls of the rotary dial. The machine eats the coin, and a terrifying ocean of distance rustles in your ear. In the middle of it, a familiar ring. Small, distorted. Calling, 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 calling. It looks like she doesn't want to pick it up, Harry. Stop scaring her. Calling, calling.
Harry, please.
I need to know who you are. Who are you?
Please. I'm going to hang up now, okay?
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone. You dial the number again, as you've done many times. You remember it well now. 001 41 44 47 11 17 361 451 67 451 451. Calling, 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 and calling for who knows how long, but no one answers. You need to insert more money to call again.
You want my money?
The cold metal is hard and your knuckles bleed.
That's enough now, officer.
You want more money now, huh? You want fucking money?
It didn't give you any fun for that money.
Officer, that's enough. Let's return to work.
You put up with a lot of shit, Kim. Just saying.
Your PNG tuber isn't working for some reason, Bray, by the way.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll be ending stream soon anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And probably right now. That's a lot to deal with. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh, fuck. Okay. Hmm.
How about that call?
That was one hell of a call.
Mm-hmm.
One hell of a 3 calls, one of which didn't go through. I got very angry, and I healed myself 2 times.
Excellent work.
Yeah, okay. There's a lot to think about, and I'm going to be doing that just off stream, I think.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So bye stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.